Welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday, Texas. Welcome to the Connect Show. We're excited to be back with you on your Saturday morning each week. Of course, we're diving into boss babe topics and learning from just women that are leveling up, like my co-hosts, Michelle Hammonds and Wendy Martinez Morales. Good morning.
Good morning. So excited for the show today.
Yes, me too. Hey, Wendy, girlfriend.
Happy Saturday, ladies.
But let's talk about it. Summer is here. Any big plans that you ladies have or new summer hobbies on the horizon?
I'll go. One of my favorite summer hobbies is my husband and I, we get a team and we do sand volleyball.
Ooh.
And it's out at Zilker Park, and we do it with the Austin Sports and Social Club. And we've made it to the championship several times. We've been doing this for like 7 years now, and we're always the oldest team out there, but we make it. We make it to the championship. We've never won it, but hey, we're not giving
this
up.
Year.
This
year,
so that's coming up soon. Yeah, and it's so fun.
Well, I wish I was a part of a summer softball, like volleyball league. Oh my gosh, I'm about to come to your league. I know it's probably getting close to the end, but that sounds incredible. We are traveling so much. We love to RV. We love to camp. We glamp a lot. And we are going into July. We are going to our river house, our beach house. We're glamping at Splashway Water Park with the kids. It is here in Texas. It is one of our favorite places to go. We go there every single year for the past like 10 years. And our kids love it. And it's just so nice. So we're really just excited to even vamp up the summer even more. Talking about vamping up the summer. I know that we get so excited. I mean, some of us get excited to get in bathing suits. All of us should be excited to show off our bodies.
That's right.
And what are your tips? Because I know because of the things we went through in the past year that a lot of us might be carrying a few extra pounds. So what is your advice for women to really rock their bodies and embrace their skin and just enjoy summer?
What do you have, Wendy?
I don't know. I really love getting out, out on the lake. And I actually took my niece to Six Flags this past week. She was here staying with me. And I love seeing women comfortable in their skin. That to me is everything. I will say that was a little bit of an obstacle for me. I guess I would call it an obstacle that I had to overcome. Having a baby at 19, I have stretch marks, all through my stomach, my legs. And for a long time, I was not confident enough to get in a bikini, definitely, but even in a swimsuit. But, I think as the years go by, I love that I've learned to get comfortable in my skin.
I love that, Wendy. And, I agree. I see so many confident women because, like you said, I have 3 children. I've had twins. So I've been stretched, shaken, and like thrown to the wolves. But yes, I'm back. I'm ready. And walking daily will do something to your spirit, your body, your mind. If you don't feel like going out and like pumping weights and doing all that crazy stuff, just going out for a walk can just rejuvenate you in such a big way.
Yes.
And I always encourage people just to get outside, connect with the outdoors. And as long as you feel beautiful in your skin, that's all that matters. And I'm so happy when I see women that aren't this big, right? With their little shirts on, their little shorts on, and they're rocking it and they know they look good and they're confident. And that's inspiring to every woman out there. So way to go, moms. Shout outs to everybody that's not pencil thin and still confident this summer. All right, well, you know what? We're going to switch gears, take a quick break, and I'm so excited to get all the way into it today. The women we are bringing you are on fire.
But before we go to break, it's not just about beauty. It's also about brains, ladies. Let's check out today's book of the week, titled The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz.
All All right, well, sit tight and get comfortable. We have an amazing show coming up for you today. But first, here is this week's Minute with Marcy. This girl boss is sharing some tips on how to restore not just your body for the summer, but also your mind.
Welcome to this week's Minute with Marcy. At MC Aesthetics, we believe in whole body health and wellness. It's so important, guys, to monitor what you put into your body, from the food you eat to how much water you drink to the way you nourish your mind and soul. At MC Aesthetics, we have biofeedback, which is a great way to get ahead of your health. Prevention is cheaper than correction. This machine scans your body, tells you what's going on, helps you harness it, and tells you what you should be doing to get ahead of your health. We also have Reiki, which is guided meditation. We get so busy with our lives, our jobs, and our kids, and it's so important to stop and take a minute for yourself. These are so important, guys. I can't live without these. So stop by MC Aesthetics and we'll help you with all your health and wellness needs.
Hey, beautiful people, it's Major Mr. This is why I love you. And you are watching the Connect Network TV.
Well, welcome back to the Connect Show, Texas. So I'm so honored that we're able to share this next story and our next guest. She's an amazing woman with a powerful story that actually went viral after sharing her personal story on social media and then becoming a pioneer in a movement. I think we've all heard of it by now. It's called MeToo. And this is not only an important topic for kids, but also for adults. We're going to talk about a few things. So if you have little ones in the room, you may not want them here for this portion of the show, but you may, because there's some good information for all people, I think, to learn. So please help me welcome to the show, Queen Leesh. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You are a queen. You are
Thank
just called to shine. We are so grateful you're here, and we just can't wait to learn from you and just soak in everything that you are pouring out. We're just so grateful. And Queen, you have such a powerful story. You are a child abuse survivor who has made it her mission to uplift the voices of others who feel silenced by their abuse or their abuser. Can you please tell us more about your journey and a little bit more about your story?
Yeah, so like you said, I'm a survivor of child abuse. I was sexually abused by my grandfather when I was a child. When I was young, my mom used to take me to her parents' house to be babysat. And unfortunately, my grandfather used to touch my body and tell me that people who loved each other did these kind of things, and I believed him. Um, when I was 6 years old, I felt uncomfortable about it, and I finally spoke up and I told my mother and her two sisters, and they confronted him, and he admitted it, and they promised me that the abuse would stop. But they told me that I could not tell the police because he would go to jail, and he said he would kill himself if he had to go to jail. And they told me I could not tell my father because my father would kill him and then my father would go to jail.
Wow. You have such an amazing story, and you've taken that and turned it into an amazing book and an amazing movement called Tell Somebody. Thank God for you. And it's just so incredible. So, what can kids learn from your book, and how can it teach parents and help them teach their children?
Okay, yes. So this is my Tell Somebody children's book. It is a Amazon's bestseller,
Yeah.
and I actually go to different schools and educate children, and I'm able to put my book on a projector screen, so I'm able to educate a whole, 600 student school within 30 minutes. And the first page, I let children know that these are their private body parts and that nobody's supposed to touch them there.
Yes.
And the next couple pages are different scenarios that kids can be in that they don't know is abuse. Like if you're in the shower, somebody shouldn't be watching you. So ask them to leave and tell somebody. And
Amen.
I have another one, if you're getting dressed, no one's supposed to be watching you get dressed. So ask them to leave and please tell somebody. So I'm just really grateful for the children's book. My parents never taught me about my body ever. They never taught me about my privates, about consent. Even when you go to school, DARE comes and teaches you about drugs, but nobody teaches you about your body and about child abuse.
Wow. Alicia, girl, everybody at home, I know you feel the same way. Round of applause to you, girlfriend. You are a pioneer. You are an inspiration. You are blessed. God is so good. And I am so honored to just be in this space with you today. I know my co-hosts feel the same.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for helping me bring awareness and, just help survivors.
Well, real quick, how can people reach you? They want to work with you, buy your book.
The best way is my website, tellsomebodytoday.org, because from there you'll find my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter, my YouTube, and I also sell Tell Somebody merchandise also. So tellsomebodytoday.org is the best way to find all the links.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for sharing your truth, bringing awareness, and breaking generational curses so your children will never have to experience what you walk through. So I just thank God for Rose, and you're so brave. So thank you for your bravery, Alicia. I'm just inspired by you. Makes me cry. So grateful. Thank you. Gonna change a generation. Like you broke a generational curse, you're about to change a generation. So
right.
Anyway, stay with us, Texas, because it's time for this week's podcast of the week, and it's Girl I Guess.
Good morning. This week's tech tip, I want to talk to you about MDM, also known as a mobile device management software. So when you're looking for an MDM, there's a couple of things that you want to think about. And one of the most important is, does this MDM have all-encompassing device and operating system support? Because especially if your company are utilizing bring your own device or BYOD, you want to make sure that it's going to work across all different platforms. The other thing is, and this will help out your department, that when someone says, hey, this is not working, is will allow you to troubleshoot the device over the air instead of having to physically have that device in your hands. And last but not least, can you remote wipe the device as well as can you do device tracking with it? I know we don't like to think we're Big Brother, but if one of your employees loses their device or you lose your device while on vacation, it's nice to know that A, number one, you can find out where it is, and B, number two, if not, you can always wipe that device. You don't have to worry about having any concerns when it comes to compliance and regulatory things. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ananda Lewis. I help women thrive. You can find me on Instagram at I'm Ananda Lewis or on my new app, Elixir, available in all app stores right now. And you're watching the Connect Network TV.
All right, ladies and gents, we know you're out there watching, gentlemen. We're happy you're here. Welcome back to the Connect Show, Texas. So our next guest, she has got it going on, and I'm so happy she's here. She loves Michelle Hammonds like we do, and she's a blogger. She everything from lifestyle blogging to author. She sings. She's fine. Please help me welcome Cindy Daff to the show. Hey, girlfriend.
I want to know, and I want you to share how you got started. For me, my whole reason I started is because I wanted women to know their worth, purpose, identity, and to arise in their call in life. And I just wanted to stir that up in them. And it was like an innovative way through beauty and fashion to do that. And you know what? Tell us more. Also, not only about your blog, but also about your book. Yeah. You are an author, a singer, just like what Natalie said, and it's Love at No Sight. You've told me a little bit about this, and it's just an incredible story. So please talk to us about that as well.
Well, like I said, I'm excited to be here, and I love people. I mean, I can't bring it down to anything other than that. I love people. So any way that I can connect to people, I'm looking for those opportunities. And I started my blog to connect to women all over the world, to inspire them, to show them that they can live their purpose out and do it in God. Like they don't have to do it outside of the will of God. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I love this. And I love it. I love the people that I've connected to. I love that I have been able to grow and help other people grow as well by just sharing my testimony and sharing with them how I became, the way that I am right now at 41 years old. And the book, I'm actually working on. It's not totally done yet, but I'm writing a book called Love at No Sight. And it's basically my mother and father's love story. I believe we see enough love in this world right now, and I am determined to exhibit that to people. And I'm writing this story, and I'm going to correlate the love that my parents exchange between each other with how we should exchange love to each other in this world through God. My father is blind. He's been blind all my life. He's never seen my mother that passed away about 10 years ago unexpectedly, never saw her or his 6 children. But when I tell you the love that I saw growing up between them has inspired me so much to this point that I am just on a quest to share with everybody that I can that God is real, his love is real, and it should be exchanged amongst us.
How are you able to cultivate a real relationship with God? I know there are a lot of people out here going through things. We just heard from Queen Leesh, right? I know you were backstage able to hear her story. And for some people, they'll go through a situation in life and they will blame God. They will, maybe speak against God, because if there is a God, if God's so real, why did this happen to me? Absolutely. Right? Why am I going through this experience? What tips can you give to women this morning to encourage them to remember that God is real and he is still with you despite what you might be going through in your personal life?
I'll tell you this. My mom passed away unexpectedly. She was an usher in the church. She lived a holy life before us. I never saw her drink, curse, do things that were sin before me. Her and my father lived such great examples before us. And when she passed unexpectedly in the church, that was impactful to me. I was like, she's living right. Like there are murderers out here that are still, people doing drugs and they're living. Nothing's happening to them. That shook my faith. But I remember sitting the day she died, when I got the news, I was sitting in front of the computer. And the first thing I did, I don't know why, I went to her Facebook page to see what the last thing she posted was. And when I went to her Facebook page and I saw the scripture that she posted, God spoke to me and he said, you have 2 choices. Either you're going to believe logic or you're going to walk in faith. You're going to believe what makes sense to you with this situation, or you're going to believe in me and trust me and trust that I have you through this situation. And he said, both of them, you can't do one. They can't coexist. Basically, you have to pick one. So at that moment, I chose faith. I chose to believe God and trust him that he can get me through this situation, despite what happened to my mother, despite other things that I've gone through in my life that were not things that I desired to happen. You have to just choose. And once you choose, I promise you, God's word, he's going to back himself up. He's going to sustain you if that's what you desire to do. If you want to please God and you want to really experience his goodness in your life, you choose faith and he will back it up.
I know there's so many of our viewers who want to get connected with you. Please tell us and tell them how they can contact you.
Well, my name is Simply Daph on Instagram. That's where I do most of my interaction. I also have a YouTube channel where if you're into gospel singing and you like a good music, I'm singing on YouTube, and it's under Daphine Bush. You can go to my website also, simplydaph.com, and you can find all the other links to connect with me. I would love to connect with you, and I can tell you this. If you desire somebody to cheer you on, to root you on, to push you into your destiny, I'm your girl.
That's right. Yes, Daph. Man, what a show today. So many amazing women are right here in Texas just waiting to pour into you. And Daph, I know you'll be able to inspire and enlighten so many people, and we're happy that you're with us today. So thank you so much for being with us. Yes, we will take a quick break, Texas, and be right back.
One Executive Suites is Midland's premier co-working space that meets the professional workspace needs of freelancers, travel for business, or professionals that work from home. Co-working is an inspiring working environment that saves members with its cost sharing. We also have different membership options available. High-speed internet and free parking too. One is the place to work hard and dream big.
Hi, I'm Gay Gaddis, and I help women achieve their most lofty goals and get ahead and be successful in every way that is authentic to them. But you are watching the Connect Network TV today.
Oh, welcome back to the Connect Show, Texas. So what a good show we have for you today. Every guest, I'm just so in love with these women. And our next guest is actually a licensed psychologist and businesswoman. Please help me welcome the lovely Dr. LaShonda.
Hello, thank you for lovely.
Yes, lovely.
We're so thrilled to have you with us today and talk about some really important things, that we as women deal with, or, because we are, a lot of our audience are women. And, being a woman, we deal with a lot, and mental health sometimes gets lost in all the gazillion things that we do, throughout our day, throughout our lives. How do you allow women to embrace this as an everyday topic?
Well, that's a pretty broad question, but I will say that I will start by affirming what you said, in that, as women, we face and deal with exceptionally high and oftentimes very unrealistic standards about how to show up in a motherhood space, how to show up in a wife space, how to show up in a coworker space. Everybody presents themselves in our interactions with their own version of how we are to meet their needs. And oftentimes we subconsciously take on those expectations and wed them to our own. And over time, other people's needs become primary and our own personal needs become tertiary or somewhere further down the line. And so, how I begin the discussion, which does seem rather easy when we talk about it, but it's very difficult just in broaching the subject, learning how to say no. Uh, Learning how to set healthy boundaries. I find that women that I treat are uncomfortable with saying no. And no is not usually a firm no, it's a no but, or it's a no that can be negotiated. So dealing with the kind of uncomfortable feelings that come with setting firm boundaries. In certain circumstances, yes, your boundaries need to be flexible. But when it comes to those important primary needs, it is important to set boundaries because it has a twofold purpose. It teaches other people how to treat you. It teaches other people that you value you. And because you value you, therefore they should value you also. And it also teaches you that you're worth the value setting. So it has a multifold process.
Wow, so good. You have to teach people how to treat you. I always say that.
You absolutely do.
Are there
Absolutely.
specific tricks or tips that you can give us to do, in our everyday lives that will help us with this, setting boundaries and having a peace of mind, like when we're in traffic or when we're in the carpool line? What are some tips that you can give us?
Well, here's the thing. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, ladies, but I do have to tell you that there are no tricks or tips to this evolution process. Okay. This is a journey. This is a constant evolving. There is no, well, I do this and I get here, then I'm going to hop off this train. It's a constant evolution. It's a constant self-evaluation. It's a constant self-reflection. It's a constant, I don't want to say always or never, right? Because that's extreme language, but it's more consistent than not. You're always in the process of evolving and growing, and there really is no beginning or end to it. You're just in it. And the skill set that you need to really incorporate or acquire while you're in the process is one of psychological flexibility. We all have the tendency to lean toward very rigid thinking. We have these mantras that we've acquired or we've created for ourselves, and we want to dig in and we anchor ourselves to what has worked right? And so it's smart. If it has worked for you before, let's keep doing it. But the problem arises is when you encounter a set of circumstances in your life in which previous skill sets that you've earned, it doesn't work for this set. And people can't make that adjustment. They can't make that psychological switch and say, hey, I need a different set of skills for this different set of circumstances that I may not have ever tried, but may prove to be successful.
It's been so wonderful. Thank you for your amazing advice and the tips that you've shared and all that you've shared today. Could you tell our audience how they can connect with you or how they can book your services?
Sure. Well, I am at Dr. LaShonda, so I'll spell that at DrLashonda on Instagram, and my website. I'm on the World Wide Web at www.drlashonda.com. That's me.
Yes, you are so beautiful and smart. Beautiful, smart. You talk about brains and beauty. That's what we're all about. And you got both.
And I'm working on this body, and I'm about to be the triple threat.
Girl, I'm trying to come. It's hot girl summer, so hot girl summer. But I'm impressed with you, Dr. LaShonda. I just want to say, you're impressive. You're smart. I love just what you brought to the table. We haven't had a lot of time with you. I got to visit with you by phone, but girl, you've got that. You got that magic. So
thank you.
Very
impressive.
Awesome magic. We are so grateful for you, Dr. LaShonda.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. I so appreciate it.
Sit tight because we will be right back.
Hey everyone, my name is Belinda. I'm a busy mom from a small town in West Texas. I wear many hats throughout my day, from mom, wife, CFO, and having my own YouTube channel. Pretty much anything thrown my way, I'll give it a try. I share a ton of different tips over on my YouTube, from cooking, cleaning, and organizing your home to all things mom. I would love to share all this with you. Find me over on all of my socials for the latest, and of course subscribe to my YouTube channel under Belinda & Co.
What another amazing show this Saturday. It was full of advice and different things that you can take and use in your business and in your life right now to level up and make your life the best it can be.
So true. And there's just so much inspiration from women, and when we visit with each other and connect with each other, there's no limit to the magic we can make.
And I wanted to share with our guest, if you are enjoying all this girl boss magic, you can catch all our past episodes on YouTube channel. Binge watch them Netflix style if you'd like at Natalie's Network.
Yes, and don't forget to join our membership. We have all these incredible boss ladies who are involved and going to inspire you daily. So do that at theconnectonline.com.
That's right, and we will see you right back here next week. Bye.